This is my nano talon Evo build. It's my first long range FPV build that I've done, and I just wanted to make this video to document some of the components that I've put in and also some of the all up weight values as well. So to start with, this is built around a Matexis 765 wing. And it's one of the bigger flight computers, but it seems to fit quite nicely into this little space. There's lots of space on the nano talon for fitting this sort of equipment, but just here it seems to fit in quite nicely. I've managed to route all my cables around there without any problems. GPS is a Matexis M9N 5883. It's very, very tiny. It's fit in here. My wiring isn't great. I've just soldered onto these jumper cable type pin things, but it does seem to have fit in there quite nicely. Just for the routing of that, I've had to cut out some of this lid to make it all fit in there nicely, and I've had to cut out the foam that was here for the GPS. For the VTX, I've got a Matexis Mini VTX. So I was going to try and mount this inside the plane, but this thing at 800 milliwatts puts out a lot of heat. I think roughly 80 to 90 Celsius. So having it on the foam wasn't really a good idea. So this little part here comes with the nano talon, so I've just mounted it on top of that with some double-sided tape. It seems to fit and hold on quite nicely, even under a lot of load and heat. It didn't move too much. I have telemetry transmitter on here as well. So this is a 3DR 500 milliwatt clone. I've got this little stubby antenna at the moment, which I'll be replacing with a longer, thinner, lighter version at some point. And for my receiver, I have the aerials on the side here. Not the best solution, but they seem to fit there quite nicely. I have a FlySky as IA10B in there. There are probably smaller solutions for this, and this does come in I think around 20 grams, so it's adding quite a bit of weight to the plane, but it's what I had that fits with my i6S transmitter. I haven't flown this yet, but I have done some measurements of weight with different batteries that I have available. So I have a 3S 2200, a 4S 2200, and a 3S 1400. This 4S does weigh quite a lot. With this installed, I think my all up weight was around 680 grams. This was around 580 grams, and I think this was about 630 grams. So I'll do some measurements of those in a little bit. So yeah, obviously I want to try and fly on 4S, but the extra weight there is worrying me a little bit. Looking at the forums, it does look like people are flying with this sort of weight okay, and probably a little bit more. So maybe after I try these ones out, we'll see how we go. But with this kit installed, my centre of gravity was quite far back, so I'm having to install these lighter batteries right at the front. And when I get my new camera, I think that's about an extra 10 grams it will put at the front, so I might have a bit more adjustment there for centre of gravity later on. Another thing with the nano talon is the servos that it came with were terrible, so I've replaced them with some ones from Hobby King. I've forgotten what the brand of these were, but they tend to centre the ailerons a lot better, so I'm only getting about a mil or two difference when I go from one extreme to the other, and also my V-tail as well now centres properly. with the stock receivers, it wasn't centering at all. They were all over the place. Using iNav on this, everything seems to look fine. And yep, okay, so let's do some weight. Let's check the weight of this. So this is with the 1400 milliamp hour battery. So this is without the, let's see, without the FPV camera in there. Okay, we're sitting on about 580, 590-ish, 585. And if I just put this 2200 4S in there, about 685. So it should fly okay with this, but obviously a little bit heavier. Hopefully the 4S will give me a little bit of extra range as I can run the throttle a little bit lower. But yep, hopefully we'll have a flight video soon.